After 15 grueling months of house hunting and 3 failed bids, Michael finally closed on his dream home in Oakwood Estates. The moment he dipped into the private hot tub on his secluded deck for the first time, the exhaustion melted away. As steam rose around him under the stars, he thought, "This is what I've been working double shifts for." 2 weeks later, that peace chattered when a sharp knock interrupted his morning coffee. A woman with a platinum blonde bob and pearls that matched her sweater set stood at his door, clipboard in hand. "Patricia Wellington, HOA Vice President," she announced without waiting for him to speak. "Your mailbox is 2 shades darker than the approved Oakwood taupe. You'll need to repaint it by Friday." Before Michael could respond, she thrust a violation notice at him and pointed to 3 other homes. "We maintain standards here. Look at those mailboxes. Perfect Oakwood taupe." But the previous owner had an exemption that expired with the sale. Patricia interrupted, already turning to leave. "Oh, and your garbage bin was visible from the street for 16 minutes yesterday? That's a separate violation. Welcome to Oakwood Estates." As she strutted away, Michael's neighbor Ryan appeared from behind a hedge. "I see you've met the HOA Kraken," he whispered. "She's filed more violations in 10 years than the rest of the board has in 30. My advice: stay off her radar." 3 violations and 1 threatening letter later, Michael thought he'd finally figured out Patricia's Byzantine rules. Then came the Wednesday he returned early from work with a migraine, only to find voices floating from his backyard. Through the kitchen window, he spotted 5 women in his hot tub, Patricia at the center, wine glass raised. "Ladies, this is what I mean by exclusive amenities. The community hot tub is always so crowded, but I have special access to this one. Being on the board has its privileges." Michael's migraine pulsed as he slid open the door. "Excuse me." Water splashed as startled women scrambled to cover themselves. Patricia merely sipped her wine. "Michael, what a surprise." "Carla, this is the new owner I mentioned." "Michael, these are the ladies from my tennis club. We're just having our monthly meeting." "In my private hot tub?" Patricia laughed as if he'd told a charming joke. "Oh honey, according to bylaw 7.24, all water features visible from any elevation are considered display elements under HOA aesthetic jurisdiction. We're simply conducting our quarterly inspection." One woman looked mortified, gathering her towel. "Patricia, you said this was a community feature." "It is, in a manner of speaking," Patricia replied smoothly. "Michael, you really should review your covenant." "Now ladies, shall we continue our meeting at my place? Michael clearly needs a refresher on our community standards." As they filed past him, Patricia paused. "By the way, those hostas you planted last weekend, not only approved floralist, I'll email you the violation notice." "She did way hate." Michael's sister Amelia nearly shouted through the phone. "Used my hot tub. Again. That's the 3rd time this month," Michael said, watching his security camera footage. "And look, she's using a key. Somehow she got a copy of my gate key." The cameras he'd installed captured it all. Patricia arriving with different groups each time, always when his car was gone, always with the same speech about her special access privileges. When he changed the locks, she reported him for unauthorized exterior modifications. When he brought it up at the HOA meeting, the president, whose wife was in one of the hot tub videos, smoothly moved to new business. When he consulted a lawyer, the quote for legal action made his eyes water. His breaking point came when he returned home to find glitter in his hot tub filter. The repair bill, $340. "Why don't you just move?" his mother suggested. "Because I love this house," Michael replied, "and because she's already cost me $5,300 in repairs, fines, and required modifications. I'm not letting her win." That night, an unexpected visitor knocked on Michael's door. It was Eleanor, Patricia's next-door neighbor for 20 years. "I saw your confrontation at the meeting," she said, voice low. "You're not the first. The family before you moved because of the hot tub situation. She's been pulling this stunt for years." Eleanor slid a small notebook across the table. "This is every violation she's invented, every rule she's bent. We've all been documenting, but nobody's been brave enough to use it." The last page contained a single line, her one weakness, appearances. Patricia can't stand public embarrassment. Michael smiled for the first time in weeks. I think I have an idea. At the clinic the next day, Michael's patient Dave mentioned his pool maintenance business. Worst call this week? Lady wanted me to drain her entire pool because her grandson dropped a colored fizzy tablet in it. Harmless stuff, just a dye we actually use to detect leaks. Michael's ears perked up. This dye, is it harmful? Nah, Dave laughed. It's non-toxic, but it does temporarily stain skin for about 3 to 5 days. Can't hide it under makeup either. That's why the lady was so upset. And it turns certain fabrics permanently green, mostly polyester blends. Michael's smile grew. How much would one of these tablets cost? His trap was meticulously planned. First, the social media post, working double shifts all weekend. Then, the strategically unlocked gate. Finally, the small packet hidden in the filter system, connected to the jet control he could activate remotely. Saturday afternoon, his phone buzzed with motion alerts. Patricia had arrived with the entire tennis club, 8 women in designer swimsuits, carrying champagne and platters of hors d'oeuvres. His heart raced as he watched them settle in, Patricia holding court from his hot tub. And I said to the board president, either we get exclusive access to amenities like this, or what's the point of being on the board at all? Glass clinking, laughter. Michael's finger hovered over the app. He waited until champagne flutes were raised in a toast. Asterisk, click, asterisk. The jets activated. For 3 seconds, nothing happened. Then, chaos. Screams erupted as the crystal-clear water transformed into electric neon green, swirling around manicured bodies. Champagne glasses dropped. Women scrambled over each other to escape. My swimsuit, someone shrieked. It's ruined. Patricia stood frozen in shock, green water dripping from her now emerald skin, staring directly into the hidden camera Michael had installed, the red light now clearly visible. The video never made it to social media. It didn't have to. The 8 tennis club members, dripping neon green, had to walk through Oakwood Estates in full view of Saturday afternoon gardeners, children's birthday parties, and the mail carrier. By Sunday morning, Michael's doorbell rang. It wasn't Patricia, but her husband Richard, accompanied by the HOA president and a notary. We'd like to discuss a mutual resolution, Richard said, unable to look Michael in the eye. Patricia is indisposed. The documents acknowledged Michael's hot tub as private property, rescinded all previous violations, and included Patricia's resignation from the HOA board. In exchange, Michael agreed not to distribute certain video materials or pursue legal action. The notary stamped the final page. Don't worry, she whispered to Michael. My cousin was at that tennis party. Worth every second of overtime to witness this. 2 days later, a string of deliveries arrived, an apology note and gift card from each tennis club member, a new hot tub cover from the HOA, and a premium filtration system anonymously gifted by the neighbors who owed you one. The following weekend, Michael hosted a proper housewarming party. As guests mingled on his deck, Eleanor raised her glass to Michael, who taught us all that sometimes justice comes in the most unexpected colors. From her darkened window 3 doors down, Patricia watched, skin still tinged green, despite her best efforts to scrub it away. The color would fade eventually, but the neighborhood legend of the green justice would endure in Oakwood Estates for years to come. As for Michael's hot tub, it remained crystal clear and exclusively his, though he did start a neighborhood tradition of invite-only Friday soaks, when no one entered without explicit permission. The rules were simple, and everyone brought their own towels. And if anyone ever asked about the small vial of green powder he kept displayed on his mantle, he'd just smile and say, home security, the most effective kind.